The days were hot. Fish died in the lake, plants yellowed, birds stopped singing. There was thunder, but no rain. You call this period the Great Ecological Catastrophe. I heard my mother's heartbeat as she carried me to Alphaville. People chased us. I remember her driving and bison running by. Then we reached the flooded city with refugees in rubber boats. Suddenly, I couldn't find Mama. I was scared and alone. I'll never know whether she died or abandoned me. I only remember the rockets leaving for Mars. That night, the fighting started. I ran deep into the forest. A she-wolf found me and raised me with her cubs. People who didn't make it into the rockets were dying in combat and from the mutating environment. But we, the orphans and animals, didn't fight. Instead, together we adapted to nature that grew out of the rubble. Many moons passed, and then one day, some humans returned. They called themselves Martians. They flew around dressed in yellow. They went hunting and played golf. I would steal their golf balls for fun. It really upset them. Then one day, I found a dead Martian. I took off his helmet and put it on. There was music playing in it. After years of only speaking wolf, I listened to the Martian radio and learned human language again. After the group left, one full moon later, I was chasing a tasty bug when another spaceship with new Martians arrived. It soon became clear they were trouble.
Greetings, all you Tesla City Martians out there. You're listening to Radio Nostalgia from Mars, the show for those who miss a morning run in the park, slurping minestrone soup, sailing with the wind in their hair, singing in unison with thousands of people at a music concert, or smelling the coming rain. In other words, a show for the long-lost days of Earth. Starting off the show with Son of No One, a song I'm fairly certain resonates with many of us orphans of the Earth out here in the stuffy depths of space. Speaking of stuffy air, please don't attempt to open portal windows to let some fresh air in. It's unbelievable that we have to mention this, but we're living in pressurized domes, people. Breathing recycled air is just the new normal. In totally unrelated news, the memorial of Baroness von Uhlenschütt will be held in private, and her family asks gold diggers and paparazzi to respectfully stay away from the funeral ceremony being held in the Section C cafeteria on Deck 3 at 7 p.m.
Whoa. I crouched near 3 members of your Martian expedition. The rest of your group were out in the field. I hoped to make friends, but when you saw me, you froze, stopped picking plants and whispered among yourselves. You seemed very scared and confused, amazed that I could breathe without a suit. You rushed towards me, so I ran. You really thought you could hunt me down?
Hello all you Martians out there, it's time for another round of Radio Nostalgia.
So I ran, avoiding the nets. The same ones you used on my wolf brothers and sisters. This whole hunt was for so-called research purposes, to see if humans could return here one day. But even with jetpacks, you still couldn't navigate our new terrain. I am a nimble earthling, while you need so much gear just to stay alive.
Welcome back all you Martians out there. You're tuned to Tesla City's #1 radio station for music, stories, news and views related to Earth, reminding us all that even out here on Mars, one fact remains. We still circle around the same old sun. Oh boy, toxic surf, radioactive sandcastles, waist-deep water. Doesn't get more nostalgic than that, unfortunately. So, from something dubby to something jazzy to retro songs from the last days of Earth. Let's wrap things up.
I ran around Alphaville.
I can remember from my childhood has at least one passing reference to this red planet. I'm even named after his consort, Nereo. And now that I think about it, I realize my father did it on purpose. He knew what was coming. He prepared me. Space camps, desert hikes, agricultural school. It's funny, everyone knows Mars as the god of war, but did you know he was also a guardian of agriculture?
Your Martian trio was getting tired. You should have realized Earth was not your planet anymore. This wasn't the homecoming you were expecting at all. Enraged, only the captain went on with the pursuit. For him, this turned into an obsessive safari hunt. But he was also exhausting himself as I lured him deeper into the forest.
beso de la madre. Que el chico se haga grande. Ay, dormite mi alma, que tu padre viene de mucha alegría.
I took the captain's helmet. Together with my wolf brothers and sisters, we ate the Martian. Bruised and tired, but with a full stomach, I went on. I found myself in an industrial area when I saw a tiny spaceship crash land in the distance. Eventually, I would meet the lonely Martian that came out of that spaceship.
Greetings, Radio Nostalgia from Mars fans. As you, our loyal listeners, already know, our friends on Earth are examining all the
The Martian from the crashed ship was different from you. He was alone, and he flew and walked slowly. He would sit in one spot for a long time, and then curl up and sleep right there in the open. When I finally approached him, he didn't try to chase me. He took off his helmet and extended his open hand. So Charlie and I became friends. Charlie told me stories about Earth before the great ecological catastrophe, about his life in Alphaville, how he became a pilot for the mission to Mars. He didn't know anything about my mama. After years of guilt and sadness, Charlie felt he was finally home, although our mutant environment was slowly killing him. Charlie taught me to read biology, medicine, physics, history, literature. I devoured it all. I taught him to hunt. He taught me about machines. Oh, he also told me not to eat humans. I showed him how to communicate with animals. We spent a lot of time in the ASA building, the place where his rocket launched during the evacuation to Mars. It brought up so many memories. Then one day, an old drone spotted us flying around and attacked us.
Radio Nostalgia from Mars.
Greetings and salutations, all you Tesla City citizens out there. The talk of the town at the moment is that Charlie, our national hero, pilot of the Mars mission, has escaped in a private...
Charlie told me you wouldn't leave for Mars before you caught us. Supplies were running low, and you were afraid to return to Mars without the captain. You'd face the Tesla City Tribunal. All dreams of promotion would vanish, and the riddle of my immunity would remain a mystery. But Charlie was growing pale and weak, so I hid him safely in Alphaville, and I ran back to your group to use myself as bait.
Of Radio Nostalgia from Mars. So we've been receiving quite a few lullabies and children-related stories since a rumor started spreading that our team has spotted a child living in the vicinity of Alphaville, which of course is impossible. Rest assured, this is a complete falsehood. What has been officially confirmed by the Tesla City authorities is that Charlie has escaped to Earth and landed safely, but they're worried that without supplies he won't survive more than a few weeks. Our researchers on Earth are definitely trying to reach him. Opening to Soul's show, a song often requested by Charlie himself. This one's for you, sir. Keep safe out there. You're tuned to Radio Nostalgia from Mars.
You fell for our trap. Charlie is here at the stadium, like a chieftain among the feral children of Alphaville. Earth doesn't belong to you, those who abandoned it, but to us, who grew up in the rubble you left behind. Do not return. This planet will not be colonized. It is not your playground, your lab, or your property. You will not take its resources to Mars. We, the barbaric orphans, will not be your tools for sustaining the futile experiment of your oxygen-deprived civilization on Mars. Do not come again in your spaceships, slugging your weak bodies in those silly suits. If we spot you again in these landscapes, we will devour you all. What you on Mars see as the post-apocalypse is now our home. The future of Earth belongs to us.